Hi, if you're watching this video, then I'm assuming that you either have Parkinson's yourself or you know somebody that does. In my case, it's my dad that's got Parkinson's disease, and this started about 8 years ago when he was 68 years old, and basically he got out of bed one day, fell over, and that was the start. It took 3 years to get a diagnosis, well, the right one anyway. His GP and several doctors at the hospitals all said that it wasn't Parkinson's, but after a couple of brain scans and paying to go private, it was actually eventually diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Now, I'm not having a go at the NHS, I'm really not. I think they do a great job, especially under the circumstances. As we all know, that there's a lot of strain on the NHS at the moment. Now, the reason for this video is not just to talk about Parkinson's itself, but how my dad's improved quite dramatically since taking a natural supplement. Now, I've obviously got to talk about my dad's Parkinson's from my point of view. Now, I'm not particularly comfortable speaking to a camera. My dad would definitely not do this, but I feel that it's important to talk about this and to share this information with people. So, for my dad, living with Parkinson's is a balancing act. He has good days and he has bad days, and he's only got so much energy that he can use before it's sort of like his tank is empty, if you like, and he can't do anything else that day. He's always tried to do as much as he can do, and he said he's got to try, because otherwise the alternative is to just give in, which is he doesn't want to do that. Now, over the last few years, he's had his medication put up a few times, and I expect most of you out there know that with Parkinson's medication, you do increase for a start, but you get to a point where you can't increase anymore. So what is his natural supplement? Well, I started taking prehistoric plant-based minerals about 9 months ago. And I want to keep this part brief because I know some of you might not be interested. If you want more information, click on the subscribe button and look at my other videos. Right, okay, so we are designed as human beings to eat plant-based minerals every day. Now, that's a fact. But the minerals that are found in the food today contain a fraction of what was found in food in the past. Now, for the past 80 years, there's been a global decline in minerals found in our soil, and today we're down to about 80% of what it once was. Now, this has been confirmed by the World Health Organization, UNICEF, the Royal Society of Chemistry, and it's been proven that it's affecting our health. Now, this is obviously on a global basis. I started taking these because I'm getting on a bit. I'm 48 years old, and I've been having a problem with a background lethargic tiredness. That's the only way I can explain it. Now, the company that sells the minerals, they make no health claims whatsoever, and it's just sold as a supplement. But I had heard that they were good for several different things, so I thought I'd try. And yes, it did help me with my energy, and it did help me with other things. But what I was amazed at was that it cured a 25-year-long illness that I had. And that was my mental health. I suffered from anxiety, depression, I struggled with stress, and I quite often had suicidal thoughts. Now, again, I don't want to go into too much detail on this video. Please, if you're interested, check out my other videos. But all I want to say is that, I struggled with life. I really did. But 3 to 4 months of taking these minerals, and I was feeling totally different. I can't explain I can't emphasise how much they affected me. 6 months down the line, I was totally depression, anxiety free, and my parents noticed a difference. Well, the whole family noticed a difference, and so I suggested to my parents that they tried these minerals. I'll be honest with you, my dad wasn't particularly interested, but as all good husbands do, they do what they're told by the wife, and so they both started taking these minerals. Now, with my dad, his energy levels were never particularly good since his Parkinson's hit. They've got they've got a decent sized garden, but the lawn's not particularly big. And if he went out and mowed that lawn, that would probably be him for the day. His energy would have been gone. Now, another thing with my dad, and I think it's typical with Parkinson sufferers, is he used to shuffle. He didn't really walk, he shuffled with his head down. And we just accepted that was what my dad, that's how my dad got about, and we didn't think that would ever change. Another thing which is common, I believe, is depression, which is understandable, really. And my dad had been on antidepressants for several years, although it was a low dose. So the family started noticing a difference with my dad. Again, around the 3 months mark, he seemed to definitely be doing more. He had more energy, but he was walking again. He wasn't shuffling. He still used his walking stick if he went out the house, but he was definitely walking better. And it was my mum that kept saying to him that the minerals are helping you, and my dad just laughed. But to give you an example, a few weeks ago, he went out and he mowed the lawn, he aged the lawn, he spent a couple of hours in the garden gardening, and he went out to get his hair cut. Now, pre the minerals, this just wouldn't have happened. It just wouldn't. He would not have been able to do that at all. The other thing is a lot happier. Now, I don't know if that's just because his quality of life has improved, but he's definitely happier in himself. He recently went to see his doctor for his annual checkup, and the doctor actually said how well he was looking. So again, all the people are noticing the difference in my dad. Now, it'll always have Parkinson's, there's no cure, as you know. And he still has bad days, but these bad days aren't as bad as they used to be, and they're not as frequent neither. Now, I've got to say that minerals are not like the minerals that you would find at your local chemist. They're just not. Most minerals are available to buy, metallic minerals, and again, I don't want to go into too much detail at the moment because some people might just zone out. But if you want more information about the minerals, I've put a link below the video. I've also put my email address down there. If you want to contact me for any reason at all, please feel free to do that, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I've also put a link down there for the company themselves if you wanted to buy the minerals. Now, they sell they sell the minerals in a powdered form. They also do a powdered minerals in a veggie capsule, and they also do something called sizzling minerals, and that is because you basically add the minerals to water and they sizzle and dissolve. And I think most people go for these because they're flavoured. The company is based in the UK, but the minerals are available throughout Europe, the US and Australia. Now, I know what the minerals have done for me, and for my dad, and for other people that I know. And I would suggest you try them for yourselves, even if you just try them for 3 to 4 months and see how you feel. I will say that they're not cheap, but let's face it, what is nowadays? They cost €23.98 plus postage in the UK, €33 in Europe, $33.98 in America and Australia. But for me, I just think that better health and feeling better is worth spending a little money on. So that's it. Again, if you're interested in watching any of my other videos, just subscribe and you'll be able to find them. Thanks for watching, and I hope you feel better soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.